Why is Plean Country Park special with so many people? Is it the history? Is it the community? Is it the wildlife? Is it the large open spaces? Well, a good place to start is in the 1700s, when your right to vote in Parliament was based on how much land you owned. Robert Haldane, which is this man here, was the owner of Aithry Estate, which is now Stirling University, and strategically purchased the estate around 1750 from the Earl of Dunmore and kept the estate until 1799 when it was sold to clear debts. In 1800, Francis Simpson became the next owner of the estate, having served as a lieutenant in the army before joining the Merchant Navy and becoming captain. Working in the Far East and amassing a large fortune, Francis returned to Scotland around 1819, where he commissioned and built Plean House, and this is what remains after 207 years. Francis lived in Plean Estate after the loss of his wife in 1806. He devoted himself to his daughter Frances and young son William. But due to poor health, William passed away in 1827, aged 22. In 1830, Francis Simpson remarried, but this unfortunately didn't last long, as after having a severe fall, he passed away a year later due to his injuries and was buried in Falkirk Parish Churchyard. In memory of his son, Francis left money to fund the William Simpson Asylum, a place where men who served their country could go to treat mental and physical health issues caused by trauma. The home once known as the William Simpson Asylum still exists, now known as the William Simpson Home, and has undergone a major expansion and upgrade programme. After the death of Francis in 1831, Plean House and the estate were owned by the trustees of the William Simpson Asylum and had numerous tenants until the end of the century. In 1901, the tenant of the estate was the Plean Colliery Company and was occupied by a coal master, Wallace Thornycroft, the man most people associate with Plean House today. In 1922, Wallace Thornycroft purchased Plean House and the estate, where he and members of his family lived until the 1970s. The National Coal Board took ownership until 1989, when Stirling Council opened the location to members of the public. Which is where we are now. After over 200 years of history, we now view the park as a home for a large variety of wildlife and community. I contacted a group called Friends of Plean Country Park and was able to interview Francis Barr, a nature walk organiser, and Jennifer Davidson, the park ranger, during an organised event at the park.
As a group, we take part in a number of activities. Today we are taking part in what we call rhododendron, the cutting and burning of rhododendron ponticum, which is quite a pest in the park and prevents a lot of other plants growing. We carry out a number of activities. We run a health walk group, clear ditches, we do a lot of cutting of undergrowth, we do path repairs, fundraising events, and we also help to bring some funding for projects into the park which would not be available to Stirling Council, but as a group we can help out with that to benefit the park.
I look after the species and habitats that are within this park, and they're varied and many, and I look after them for the benefit of wildlife and for the benefit of the visiting public to enjoy that. Today we're cutting back the non-native invasive alien rhododendron ponticum, so that plant life is all over the park, but we're removing that to get our native plant life back. Underneath pine trees, when we were doing dry stone diking, we found Sporassus crispa, I think is it. It's the brain fungus or the cauliflower fungus. So that is related to brown rot in the pine tree, but it's quite rare, and we found it here and we've not found it again. But you can get fly agaric, quite a lot of that out on the bins. What I would change is I would have a visitor centre, a cafe, like a normal country park would have. We don't have that yet, but we're working towards it, so we can have more groups in and education.